Are you ready to hear the issues?
Okay.
I think it just needs a little thicker oil, sir, that's all. Maybe like some of that Lucas stop smoke stuff. Oh, that ain't good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the vwnut 1967 channel on YouTube. That, of course, is my beautiful rescue pit bull puppy Patina, doing exactly what she loves to do, sunbathing under her blanket on her bed, hibernating for the winter. I'm gonna shut this off and pick you guys up in the garage, and we'll talk about what we're getting into. You probably gathered it from the thumbnail, what we're up to. Right, so I'm sure from the thumbnail I used something about a knocking Honda engine, or Honda engine makes some racket, so I didn't think I needed to explain any more to you guys than that. This is going to give you the best explanation ever, so here we go. Alright, so you get the idea. That's pretty catastrophic. We're going to go ahead and, not even sure if it's worth draining the oil to see what's in there. I almost guarantee that's in the lower end, for 100% sure in one of these cylinders. I may drain the oil just to see and then put some oil back in it. I think it's probably the end of the Honda car, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great car. To have a car that has lived 20 winters on the salty roads where I live, like that's this car's whole life, has been driving in the winter on the salty roads for the last 19 or 20 years. It's a pretty good run. This car doesn't owe me anything. I've asked it for the last 3 years to just make it one more winter, and it has. We've had to throw a couple of dollars at it every year, but in the end it owes me nothing. So we'll get to taking some of the interior bits out of it, and the stereo system's got to come out of it. I think I want to keep the seats, and we'll see what else we get out of it. And then then it'll be a charitable donation. So I think that's it. I think it's got a full tank of gas. We're gonna have fuel we're gonna have to get out of it. All right, we'll see what else we get into here. Alright, so I got the passenger seat loose. I'm going to pull that out and bring that around. I took that out first. I'm going to do that in the back seat because that pulls all the stereo wiring out all at once. So you'll see the passenger seat come out right now. One. Alright, here comes the passenger side rear seat. Nice. Alright, now we'll move on to the driver's side. Driver's side rear seat. Mint condition CRV, gently used, hardly dumped at all, $79.95. Alright, here comes probably one of my favorite subwoofers. At least subwoofer boxes anyway. We will definitely be finding a home for this in another car. For sure. Alright, we'll get the amp out of there. And we'll pull the wires out. Head unit, satellite radio dock. Alright, here's the amp that was in there, just an Alpine 250 by 2. Great amp for what I was running it for. I was running it bridged on the lower side just to the subwoofer, and then running everything else off of deck power. Great amp. We're going to definitely reuse that somewhere too. Okay. For those of you who don't know, there is like a utility table or a picnic table in the back of these Honda CRVs of this year. I don't know how many years they do it. If they still do it, I don't know. This one has one. I'm going to keep it. I'll show you guys all about it here. Just a quick little, just a little fold-up table. We're gonna hang on to that just in case we may need it for something around here, outside. You never know. You never know around these parts. I also grabbed that piece of carpet out the back. You never know what we might use pieces of that for. It's in pretty good shape. It's got a good rubber back to it. Perfect. This is my super noisy compressor. So we're gonna save that. Not sure what for, but for something. We'll put it with the other material under the bench over there. Now we'll move on to the head unit and the wiring. Satellite radio docking situation. Okay, we had some spectators come over to listen to the rattle, so you guys get to hear it again.
Are you having issues?
Yeah. Perfect! It's sharpening so bad. Perfect! Do you feel like that might be catastrophic?
I think he'll let you know when you have it up.
The flashing lights on the dash let me know. Are you ready to hear the issues?
Okay.
I think it just needs a little thicker oil, sir, that's all. Maybe like some of that Lucas stop smoke stuff.
Oh, that ain't good.
Well, that was nice of Musty One to share his opinion with us. If you don't know, me and Musty One are neighbors. If you don't already subscribe to his channel, link in the description. I can't imagine that any of you here do not know who my friend Musty One is. But if you don't know, I will most definitely put the link to his channel in the description. We maybe have an idea for doing one more thing with this car a little later in the spring. So stay tuned. I'm gonna get the deck out of it now, and then we'll drain the oil out of it maybe and see what kind of bits are in there. We got the deck out. We gotta go pull the wiring harness and the rest of the wiring for the amp out, and then that should just about do it. Satellite radio antenna and the pigtail wiring harness for the stereo deck out. Those came out pretty easy. Now I do want to take that driver's front seat out, but I also want to, till springtime, I want to park the Honda car out back by the big green box. So do you think we'll be able to drive the Honda car out back on a bucket? I'm gonna say yeah we can. On a bucket or on a milk crate. Bucket for sure. Bucket seat for sure, we can make that happen. remote wire for the amp and the subwoofer RCA wires are out. I'm gonna get the power wires out now. Power wire and the fusible link inline fuse are out. That, I think, takes care of just about everything. We'll look through there real quick and see if there's anything else we need. Alright, I also took the center console out. I'm not sure, I mean, you know, it folds down, comes up. We may repurpose it for something. If I don't use it in a year or two, we'll add it to the junk pile. We're just going to pull the driver's seat, and I think that's all the harvesting for the CRV. And here comes the driver's seat. Alright, you guys can see my orange seat right there. I'm going to climb in there and sit on it, and we're going to take her for a little rip around to the backyard. It's fully adjustable, the seat. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. Contact. Sounds fine. Oh, it runs mostly mint. Let's try not to hit a bug or a garage on the way out. Well, that worked out better than I had thought. I know I said that we were probably going to drain the oil. I decided not to drain the oil. I still may want this to dry, at least yard dry, for a little while, and it seemed like a waste of oil. We know that the engine is got catastrophic noises. We consulted multiple professionals. One of them I have the utmost trust and respect for, Musty One. And if he says it's done, it's done. Like, it's done, it's done. So, we are going to leave this here as she sits. I'm going to take the battery out of it, and we'll go back to being VW Nut Garage. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here, and for all the good times the CRV has given us. And we will see you guys in a couple of days.